Hello everyone, it's your host at the Programmer, and today I actually have an interesting topic. I noticed that a lot of you are actually arguing about it. So when it comes to Naruto versus said verse, or especially Dragon Ball, when it comes to Itachi versus Goku or something like that, people are like, oh, well, Itachi would just use Tsukuyomi on Goku or whatever, and he would just kill him when he's unconscious. Or they say, no, because Dragon Ball characters don't have chakra, and then there's the argument that, oh, but everyone has chakra, it's just a natural energy of your body, shit like that. It's just a massive, massive argument, and I felt pretty entitled to touch up on it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Genjutsu versus Dragon Ball, or any really fictional verse other than Naruto. So the first things we need to go over are how Genjutsu works, obviously, in the different forms of Genjutsu. So Genjutsu works by you making a seal or a jutsu that disrupts the chakra network of your opponent and allows you to manipulate them somewhat. Like, for example, Kakashi can make Sakura pass out into like a kind of like a nightmare-esque scenario where Kakashi looked like he was dying and like the bell training and stuff like that. Or the Genjutsu where it looks like feathers spread over the crowd and everyone passed out, right? During the invasion of the Sand Village. Chakra isn't in everybody in Naruto even. Not even everyone in Naruto has chakra, let alone people from other verses. When Naruto first started, there was a concept that everyone has chakra, right? You work out, and chakra is just like a hidden power within you that you kind of just like train and hone upon. And everyone's like, okay, maybe you could apply this to other verses. Maybe you could say, oh, Dragon Ball is ki, which is very similar to chakra. But then we learn later on that chakra is actually unnatural. It's not natural to the body. It's actually an unnatural kind of deus ex machina put on the planet by Otsutsuki Kaguya, who grew the god tree and gave everyone chakra via the Infinite Tsukuyomi. We also know, if you look at like some of the Naruto Hagoromo arcs episodes, that not even everyone has chakra, and that Hagoromo actually had to give people chakra and teach them how to use it. So after the initial Tsukuyomi, and when humanity was revived, not all of them, she didn't give any of them chakra. So only the ones that had chakra would be the Zetsus that she was creating to fight Momoshiki Otsutsuki. With this, it can be concluded that not even everyone in Naruto itself has chakra. So that means Genjutsu itself wouldn't really work on people from other series. Like, for example, how would, like, if Itachi pointed at Goku, right? You know, he did the whole little finger point Genjutsu at Goku. Goku would more than likely be completely unaffected because Itachi has no chakra line or chakra flow to disrupt or manipulate. However, there are multiple different forms of Genjutsu, and the second Genjutsu would in fact be ocular Genjutsu, and then there's also what I like to call Mangekyo Genjutsu. But for now, let's go over the ocular Genjutsu. So ocular Genjutsu is a little bit different than normal Genjutsu, as in it can't just be brute forced out of, like, for example, normal Genjutsu, its weakness is that if you disrupt your own chakra, you can disrupt the disruption of your chakra and get out of a Genjutsu. But ocular Genjutsu requires 2 versus 1, meaning you get ensnared in ocular Genjutsu, you need someone to tap on you and wake you up. Similar to Killer Bee versus Itachi. You know, Itachi ensnared Killer Bee, and Killer Bee needed the 8 tails to snap him out of it. Now, the question is, would this work on another verse? And the answer is this is more complicated. This is a much more complicated answer. It's hard to say if it would, because as we know, the Sharingan can somewhat manipulate a tailed beast, and the tailed beasts don't necessarily have chakra flows. They are literally just chakra incarnate. Although by the looks of it, we've never really seen a tailed beast get completely controlled by just a normal Sharingan, and this is where Mangekyo Genjutsu comes into play. Now, the Mangekyo Genjutsus are actually much different than the normal ocular Genjutsus. For example, despite Killer Bee just get snapping out of an ocular Genjutsu, Naruto's like, yeah, if you get hit by the Tsukuyomi, it's over. Which is literally in the same chapter, I believe next page. It's either next page or the page after that. Naruto literally says if you get caught in Tsukuyomi, it's over, despite Killer Bee literally just snapping out of an ocular Genjutsu. Now, how does this tie into other verses? Well, if you look at Shisui Uchiha and the Kotoamatsukami works by actually attacking the opponent's brain directly. I'm going to read you a script from the Itachi novel, Itachi Story. Okay, so this is on page 31 and 91. I'm going to be reading you some scripts from that real quick. So on page 31, it says, most likely the intersection of the gazes of Shisui and Mukai had lasted less than 1,000th of a second. For a normal Sharingan, the user couldn't be certain of capturing his opponent in a moment that short. Shisui had not missed that fleeting instant. Mukai had definitely been ensnared in a Genjutsu. And then on page 91, when Shisui's talking about the actual Kotoamatsukami, he says the advantage of this technique is that the effect and duration are both multiplied because of the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan. For the visual jutsu of a normal Sharingan, your gaze has to intersect with the gaze of your intended target to some degree. You need that direct action and the flow of chakra. But the Mangekyo Sharingan allows me to sidestep all that a little bit. So this further goes into the theory that the Mangekyo Sharingan attacks the opponent's brain directly. He just said that the Mangekyo Sharingan Kotoamatsukami allows him to completely sidestep the need of an opponent's chakra flow. He then goes on at page 92, if I look at my opponent's eyes, I can pour my chakra in, even if our gauges aren't intersecting. And the amount of chakra is several times more than with the normal Sharingan, so the target falls into the visual jutsu instantly. They have no idea anything's even happened. Basically, he pours his chakra into your body and controls your mind. This makes perfect sense for the Mangekyo Sharingan to attack the mind and bypass the need of the flow of chakra, as the Mangekyo Sharingan is what's mainly needed to control the tailed beast. You don't see normal Genjutsu or anything working on tailed beast except for Mangekyo Genjutsu, which just attacks the tailed beast's brain, because the tailed beasts are literally just pure chakra. They have no flow of chakra to disrupt, right? So you need to attack their brain. So if Shisui uses Kotoamatsukami or Itachi possibly uses Tsukuyomi on Goku, it could actually probably work. It's a little bit of a stretch to say Tsukuyomi could work, but Kotoamatsukami probably could. Goku, if it did like hit Goku, for example, Goku could in fact break out of a Genjutsu using his third eye, as shown in original Dragon Ball, where he breaks out of illusions, but it's unsure since Itachi can control the flow of time within Tsukuyomi and the pain tolerance of the individual, how Goku would actually react to said jutsus. Of course, you should also keep the lore in mind. I mean, the Sharingan and the Byakugan, all those dojutsus are literally effects of the Otsutsuki clan that they used to control and empower themselves against other species that may not be like themselves. This is actually further proved by the Infinite Tsukuyomi launched by Kaguya that in fact wiped an entire planet that didn't have chakra to begin with. So that in itself, the Infinite Tsukuyomi would work without chakra at bare minimum. But it also should be noted that Madara thought that his Mangekyo Sharingan, if he cast it on the moon, could catch everyone in a Genjutsu, despite not everyone on the planet having chakra, because not everyone was given chakra by Hagoromo. So with that being said, I think it's pretty arguable that I'd say the Mangekyo Genjutsus would probably work. Obviously, they could be fought against, and it's a little bit complicated how you think it would work in a fight. I mean, would Itachi one-shot Goku with a Tsukuyomi? Probably not. Yeah, because the Tsukuyomi takes a lot out of Itachi, for example, and if he did, it only lasts a moment in real time. So maybe it would torture Goku for like 72 hours or something like that, but it wouldn't really give Itachi, say, an opening to kill him unless Goku was completely fucking distraught and like mentally fucked by it. But it's all arguable. I would say at least the Rinnegan could probably control anybody without chakra, since the Rinnegan is like the natural Otsutsuki ability used to fight other species, and then, you know, the Renni Sharingan actually does control people without chakra, so it's not really a stretch. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, and till next time.